Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
We are very grateful to Srila Vyasadeva and Srila Prabhupada for giving us this clear knowledge. And of course, Prahlad Maharaj is delivering this knowledge. Swa Artha Gati Hi Vishnum. The goal of life is Lord Vishnu. Not even Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma. And definitely not Sai Baba. It's very unfortunate that people are misled by these andhas, these blind people. Even if one thinks that the goal of life is Shiva or Brahma, he is a great fool, according to Lord Krsna in Bhagavad-gita. Who is blinded by material desires, Lord Krishna says, they surrender to Anyadeva, other gods. And again, Antavattu phalam tesham tad bhavat yalpamedasam. Those who worship the demigods, the result they get from that is limited and temporary, therefore they're fools. Devan deva yajo yanti mad bhakta yanti mamakam. Krishna finishes this by saying, those who worship the demigods go to the demigods, and those who worship me, they go to me. You get what you want. You worship Sai Baba, you go to Sai Baba. And which worst region of hell he's going to, we have no idea. It must be something very horrible. Shastra says, Yastu Narayanam Devam Brahmarudra Didaivatai Samatvenaiva Viksheta Sapashandi Bhavedruvam. Who thinks that even Shiva and Brahma, they're equal to Lord Narayan? He is a great atheist, a rascal, and a demon. How great are Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva? For our humble obeisances at their lotus feet. They're great demigods, and they're very powerful living beings. They're also great devotees of Lord Krishna. Even though they're so powerful, we can't... Lord Shiva, just by his dancing, he destroys the whole universe. And Lord Brahma, simply by his meditation, he creates the universe. They're so powerful, but we don't worship them as the Supreme Lord. They worship Krishna as the Supreme Lord. And someone is making ashes, and they say, God. This is Kali Yuga. Very bad intelligence. Mandadhi, Mandabuddhi. Very bad intelligence.
In
Srimad Bhagavatam it said that those who have good intelligence in Kali Yuga, they worship the avatar for this age who teaches the holy name. Yagyai Sankirtana Prayer Yajantihi Sumedasaha. Those who have got good brain, they worship Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Sankirtan movement. And the opposite is Alpamedasaha. That also said in Bhagavad-gita, Alpamedasaha. Those who have less brains, they worship demigods. And those who have no brains at all, whose brains are totally corrupted, they worship some bogus incarnation. Even worshipping some demigod, that's within the Vedic culture. At least there's some hope. One devotee asked Prabhupada once that some people, they're Christians, they worship one God, and others, demigod worshippers, they have the idea of many different gods. They may even be worshipping Kali by offering meat. So who is better? It seems that Christians are better. Prabhupada said that the demigod worshippers, even the worshippers of Kali, are in a better position because they're within the Vedic culture. So this Vedic culture is meant for teaching us that our Swarajagati is Vishnu. Our goal of life is Lord Vishnu. That is the goal of the Vedic culture, and within that there may be people at different levels of foolishness who haven't come to that point yet. But foolishness is one thing, but outright rascaldom is something else. When that position of worship, which is meant for Lord Vishnu, is taken by a jiva, that is the most demoniac thing. We often find these followers of Sai Baba, they're also vegetarian, they're also apparently pious people. They are the most unfortunate people in the universe. They would be in a better position if there was some Croatian meat eater who never heard anything about Krishna and he's smoking 40 cigarettes a day. That's better position than being very pious, born in a nice Hindu family, not drinking, not eating meat, and thinking Sai Baba is God. This is the most offensive. There's so much offensive. Just like you see in Tirupati, all over South India, it's very famous. They have prayers to Lord Venkateshwar, Balaji. Shri Venkataji Natame Tavasu Prabhatam. There's many prayers, like we sing this Govindamadi Purusham. They have so many prayers for waking up Lord Vishnu at Tirupati. And they describe the different qualities of the Supreme Lord, that you are the husband of the goddess of fortune who was born from the ocean of milk, and so many nice prayers like this. You are worshipped by Shiva, by Brahma, by all the demigods. Your beautiful bluish form is attractive to all the worlds. You wish auspiciousness for all the worlds. Like this very beautiful prayers. So what these rascals have done, they've taken out the name of Venkatadrinath, Lord Vishnu, and put in the name of Sai Baba with the same prayer. I can't imagine anything more sinful than this. It's beyond my imagination that anything could be more sinful than this. And people come to our programs and chanting Hare Krishna, and they're thinking, what about Sai Baba? This is called Andhayatandhair Upaniyamanas Te Pishatantram Urudam Nibadha. Even they have the opportunity to understand Krishna, but they misuse it and go to hell. Even you'll find these so-called Sai Baba devotees, they also chant Hare Krishna. But they're thinking Krishna is Sai Baba. So by their so-called chanting, they're going to hell. They're not going to Vaikuntha, they're going to hell. Very serious offense, most serious offense. That the Supreme Lord, who should be worshipped, who is the object of our affection, who is the goal of our life, someone else should try to take his position. This is due to lack of proper information. Nate vidu, they don't know. Why they don't know, that's also said in the previous verse. Because they don't want to know. Na Krishne paratas svatova mitobhibhadyeta grihavratanam adanta gobhya vishatang tamisram punapunas charvita charvananam. Matya na Krishne, they're not interested in being Krishna conscious. Parata, by the endeavors of others. Even you preach them day, night, up, down, inside, out, quote Shastra, and they'll say, yes, very nice, but I think Sai Baba is God. And Svata, by their own endeavor also, if they, not that they're in the slightest bit philosophically or intellectually inclined, but even if they tried, they couldn't find out Krishna by their own mental efforts. And neither if they sit in a big conference will they understand. Just like they have this world conference of religion. And they all sit and talk, who knows what rubbish they talk. The point should be, if they're discussing World Conference of Religion, they should be thinking, who is God, what is our relationship with Him, how to serve Him, how to glorify Him. But they have no idea of God, nor do they want to understand God factually. And if our devotees go to such a conference and say, all right, let's talk about who is the absolute truth, who is the Supreme Lord, they will immediately protest. Don't be dogmatic. Everyone should have their own opinion. Yeah. Every religion is as good as every other. Okay, it's time for roast beef lunch. So they're not interested actually to know God. Even they have big world conference of religion, delegate from London, and so many big archbishop and this, that, all useless. Because their goal is not to know God. Their goal is to enjoy sense gratification. Therefore, even they talk big religious, we're the head of this church, head of that church. They simply vishatam tamisram. They enter into hell. And after coming up through different species of life, worm in the stool, fish, plant, dog, cat, again they come to the human form of life. And again they talk all nonsense, and again they go to hell. Punapunas charvata charvananam. Because they're not interested to know God. They don't want. Actually, anyone who is serious to know God, he would immediately appreciate this Krishna conscious movement. Doesn't matter, they may be officially brought up in a Christian family, Muslim family, whatever, doesn't matter. If they're sincere to know God, they will recognize that here is God, here is proper knowledge of God, here is proper worship of God. But because they want to keep religion as a kind of social formality, they cannot understand. I'm in the box, Muslim box, here's my flag, green flag. We are Sunni, Shia, this is our group. So we can understand God. Qualification to know God is you must be born in a Sunni Muslim family. Then you can understand God. Someone will say, no, you have to be born in the Catholic Church. Then you can understand God. Someone says, no, you have to be born in the United Reform Episcopalian Presbyterian Church. Then with our 3 members. Then you can understand God. But you don't find in any scripture, even in Christian scripture, that says you have to belong to this church or that church to understand God. Jesus Christ gave the process to understand God, how to pray. Of course, that's very basic level. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Chant the names. And next thing, give us this day our daily bread. So actually you can't understand God to a very high level by simply asking Him for bread. God is giving us bread, but that's not His whole purpose in life. Someone is an engineer, someone is a doctor, someone is a nurse, and God is a baker. That is His job. This means very slight understanding of God. God is simply our bread giver. And you have to fear Him, otherwise He'll curse you through His long white beard. He'll send some angels down from the clouds to throw you into hell. So this is not proper understanding of God. Srimad Bhagavatam gives proper understanding. But unfortunate thing, people don't want to understand. Why? Because their goal of life is to satisfy their sense. Means they have no interest actually to surrender to God. God means we have to surrender to Him, not simply give me this, give me that. But they like some Baba because he's, you pray to me and I'll give you material blessing. No doubt this rascal has some yoga shakti. That doesn't make him God. Many demons, they have such powers. You see, Bhagavatam describes Maya Danava, a very powerful demon with lot of yoga shakti. And he could, when the demons were fighting, he would dip them in a pot of nectar and they would be killed. He would put their body in a pot of nectar and bring them back to life. This Shalva was another demon. He got an airplane given to him by Maya Danava. So that airplane could vanish, again reappear the next second somewhere else. It had all kinds of weapons on board. Shalva, by his mystic potency, he came before Lord Krishna on the battlefield and showed, here is your father Vasudeva, and chopped his head off. So very powerful demon, no doubt. Yeah. Generally demons have some mystic powers. But that doesn't make them God. It makes them demon. That's one of their qualifications. So we shouldn't be misled. I understand that even sometimes some of our devotees, they come to Krishna consciousness, and after some time, oh, Sai Baba is very nice. This means they have not taken Krishna consciousness very seriously. Sentiment only. Bahirartha, they are on the external platform. Oh, Krishna consciousness seems very nice. Understand. Shastra is given so that we can understand Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God, is not meant simply we hear some nice stories, Krishna is stealing the butter, Krishna is dancing with the gopis, and that's the whole Bhagavatam. So much philosophy we have, we're supposed to read these books and understand them. We can't understand Krishna consciousness by our own stupid ideas. Or he tells funny jokes. Of course, that's not a disqualification. Guru may also sing nicely and tell jokes. But that is also not his qualification. That is a secondary feature of his personality. Nowhere in scripture does it say that you should accept a guru because he sings nicely and tells jokes. Guru means who takes you out of the darkness of ignorance by giving spiritual knowledge. But because people are sentimental, not very serious, they think, oh, let me find a guru who sings nicely. Then I'll play his cassettes and that will be very nice. But no interest to hear what is he speaking. That, you rascal, why don't you understand Krishna? No, we don't want to hear this. We'll go to Sai Baba. So this means not serious.
To znači nisu ozbiljni.
Or another thing, after the lecture last night, one lady came to me and asked, what is your astrological sign? So what does it matter what my astrological sign? What's it got to do with anything? She may be thinking, well, I gave a lecture like that because I'm such and such, Capricorn or whatever they are. I only know that one because that's the one I'm in, but I don't know what they are. What is it? Anyway, I don't know what. So she'll say, oh yes, he spoke like that because he's a Capricorn. That explains everything. But I didn't speak like that because I was born on such a day and the stars were in such a position. I spoke like that because I heard from my spiritual master. He spoke like that and he told me to speak like that. Cool. It's got nothing to do with this miserable body that I got born in or the miserable mind that I inherited with it. Just like sometimes people, they read psychology books and then they see everything through psychology glasses. Oh, he's like this because in his childhood his mother mistreated him. So we should treat him like this and like this and like this and then he'll become better. This is incorrect. Everyone is contaminated in this material world because they have forgotten Krishna. And his mother may have shouted at him in his childhood. That is only incidental. We are contaminated from millions of lifetimes, not just what your mother did in this lifetime. And the method for purification is not to read some psychology book. The method of purification is Chaito Darpana Marjanam Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam, to engage in Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all dirty things. So we can't understand Krishna or devotional service by looking in astrology books or psychology books. Matyena Krishna Parata Svata. This is Svata. By our own endeavor, we think we'll understand. But the proper method to understand is Jnane Prayasam Udapasya Namanta Eva. Stop trying to understand by your own foolish brain and become humble. Become humble. Stop thinking, I'm such a big brain, I know so much. Jivanti san mukharitam bhavadiya varitam. And to hear from self-realized souls the messages of Krishna. So this is the method. But even after coming and hearing, they ask, what about Sai Baba? What about Chinmoy? Then they'll go on all night. What about this one? What about that one? What about another one? So we don't have to go on all night discussing. We have one verse from Bhagavad-gita which summarizes them all. Namang dushkrishino mudha prapadyante naradhama maya aparita jnana asaram bhavamashrita anyone who doesn't surrender to Krishna, he's a rascal. He may be category 1, category 2, category 3, or category 4. There are 4 categories, but they're all rascals. So there's no need to bring, what do you think of this, what do you think of that? Already, Krishna's given his opinion and we follow Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His opinion is worth following. My opinion isn't worth following. I'm a conditioned soul and my intelligence is very limited. But if Krishna says they're all rascals, then we simply have to accept. They must be rascals because Krishna said so. People like such rascals because they're also rascals. Their aim of life is to go to hell. Adanta gopir. Let us have uncontrolled senses. Let us enjoy this material world. Punapunas charvita charvananam. Let us enjoy this material world again and again. So they find out some leader who is blind. This is called Andha Parampara Nyai. A blind man leads a blind man. If they find some sadhu who says, oh, you come to me, I will bless you, you can enjoy this material world, they will think, oh, so nice. I remember once in Bangladesh, I was in a village, and there was this bogus guru there. What is spoken about in this verse by Shukra Parampara, that means he's family business guru. According to the caste system in India, who is the son of a Baba, he becomes a Baba. Who is the son of a farmer, he becomes a farmer. Who is the son of a fisherman, becomes a fisherman. Who becomes a thief, who is the son of a thief, he becomes a thief. They also have their caste, thief, with all their customs and everything. So who is the son of a guru, becomes a guru. Family business. So anyway, the family guru was there with his big belly. That is the symptom by which you can identify a bona fide bogus guru. That even when he lies down on his bed, which he does a lot of the time, because he hasn't got any work to do, his belly still comes up in the air like this. So one old lady came up to him with her bent over like this. Please help me, my eyes, I'm going blind. So this rascal said to him, don't worry, God will help you. Now if he had been a real guru, he would have said, of course you're going blind, you're 90 years old. You're going to die any moment, you should chant Hare Krishna. Instead he says, no, God will help you. What does he mean, God will help you? Your eyes are going to get better? Even if your eyes would get better, which isn't possible, you're going to die. Then you'll get a nice set of new eyes, fish eyes. Because all the people in Bangladesh eat lots of fish. So you can get nice eyes like a fish. But because he's a cheater, he can't even imagine to speak the real thing. He can't speak the truth, otherwise he'd lose his family business. If he told people to actually surrender to God, then they'd stop surrendering to him. Then he wouldn't get all the fish to maintain his big belly. So this cheating. Everything except this Bhagavad Dharma, Krishna consciousness, as it is, it's all cheating. Anything outside of Sarvadhaman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Raja, it's all cheating, that's all. Even in the name of Krishna consciousness, there's so much cheating. That hasn't come here yet. Don't worry, it will come. Because people, they like to be cheated. Many people, they think, oh, Krishna consciousness is very nice. This Krishna is very beautiful. We like prasadam. We like chanting. But we don't like all this hard work, surrender, getting up in the morning, following principles. So for such people, we recommend, be patient. Don't worry. In course of time, a cheating guru will come and you can take him as your guru. And he will teach you it's all right to chant Hare Krishna and you can love Krishna. You can really love Krishna, but you don't have to follow anything. There are many such gurus in India, so-called gurus, and when they discover there's a good market in the West, they'll be over here. They're a little slow to get over here. They're very busy, they have many disciples in India. But when they discover there are people with enough money, they'll be over here. You can be sure. Or even more subtle, you'll find people who say that, yes, Krishna consciousness is very good, you should follow all the principles, but ISKCON's not very good. We offer all our respects to Bhaktivedanta Swami. They won't call him Prabhupada. He did a very good job going all over the world, teaching people the basic principles of Krishna consciousness. So that was very nice, quite good. But now I have come to teach you the highest thing. In ISKCON they don't understand these things. They only know how to chant Hare. They don't know the real intimate Gopi Leelas. So you forget ISKCON. That helped you. That's true. That's a good start. Now you come to me. Such people are also rascals. They are great offenders to Srila Prabhupada. They can't do anything. They can't make any devotees of their own. They can only collect people who are made devotees by ISKCON. And they're saying that Prabhupada was only a messenger. He just came to start and now I have come. Prabhupada, the real secret mission of Prabhupada was to make all of you chant Hare Krishna to prepare you for me. who has come to give you the real, intimate, mystical gopi leelas. Be very careful. People are also cheaters. If you want to be cheated, there are many different kinds of cheaters. There's Sai Baba style cheating, Chinmayananda's child style cheating, supposedly Krishna conscious style cheating. This is called Hinduism. We are not Hindus. We are followers of Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in the bona fide parampara which has been brought to us by Srila Prabhupada and nobody else. We don't have to invent anything new. What Prabhupada gave us is perfect and complete. Prabhupada said many times, if you simply follow this process which I have given you, you will go back to Godhead in this very life. I don't think Prabhupada was lying or cheating us. Prabhupada said that anyone who thinks they can make spiritual, this is in the Bhagavatam, anyone who thinks they can make spiritual advancement outside this international society for Krishna consciousness is living in a great hallucination, because it is not possible. So, either what Prabhupada said is true, and those who are not following in this ISKCON, they are in an hallucination. Or, Prabhupada was in an hallucination when he wrote that. Of course, they will say, no, he wasn't in an hallucination, but you have to understand it like this, and they'll give their own interpretation. So we don't need your interpretation. Yeah. You take your interpretation, and you take your own movement, and you do whatever you like. And we'll follow Prabhupada as he is. Prabhupada taught us to understand everything as it is. We don't need Sai Baba to explain it for us. We don't need any Baba to explain. We simply have to follow Prabhupada as that is being described to us by the faithful followers of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada once said that Krishna consciousness is so simple you might miss it. What is there to do in Krishna consciousness? Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Follow some principles, distribute books, spread this movement. But we're thinking, oh no, it's too easy. I should find out something mystical. I should find out some secret mantras. This is all nonsense. Everything is there in Krishna consciousness. It's very easy. There's one thing which is not easy, and therefore people fall away, which is to give up all our own nonsense ideas and to surrender to Krishna. That is also easy. But because we are in the sampradaya of punapunascharvita charvananam, therefore we don't want to. Here Prahlad Maharaj is speaking very strongly. He's speaking to his demon father. Demon father, he doesn't understand. If you speak to him some nice rosy words, he won't understand. Of course, he was such a demon that he was spoken to so clearly by Prahlad Maharaj, but that he couldn't understand either. Anyway, the point is there, Prahlad Maharaj, he was speaking Krishna consciousness as it is. No extraneous decoration. Clear facts. That either you surrender to Krishna or you go to hell, that's all. So the same thing Prahlad Maharaj spoke centuries ago, same thing is true today. Nothing has changed. In those days there was Hiranyakashipu. He was thinking everyone in the universe should worship me. Now we have minor versions of Hiranyakashipu, this Baba and that Baba, same thing. So the choice is ours. We'll either go in the parampara of demons or we'll go in the parampara of devotees. And if we follow the parampara of demons, then we go to hell. That's all. Vishatam tamisram. Enter into the deepest darkness. And if we follow the bona fide Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, then we go back home, back to God. It's very simple, very straightforward. Choice is ours. If we want to be nonsense, then the whole material world is there. We can enjoy it. Just like I was reading last night, Prabhupada once, he caught a cockroach. The cockroach was in his room. And he caught it by the back. He was holding it. And he opened the window and held it up. He said, the whole material world is yours. Take it and enjoy and let it go. That's what the cockroach is thinking. The whole world is here for me to enjoy. Ishvaraham aham bhogi siddho ham balavan sukhi. I am the supreme controller cockroach. I am the supreme enjoyer cockroach. You know what cockroaches eat? Do you know? At least in India you see nice dirty toilets with stool and the cockroaches, they are there. When you go to pass stool, all the cockroaches come out very enthusiastically. Okay, Prabhu, it's time for prasadam. So, aham bhogi, I am expert at enjoying the material world. I know all the best kinds of stool and where to get it. I have a PhD in how to enjoy stool. Aham bhogi siddhoham, I'm perfect. See, I have such a nice cockroach body with beautiful brown wings, nice hairy legs. I'm the most attractive cockroach. All the female cockroaches, when they see me, they faint. And Balavan, I'm very strong. No cockroach can say anything to me. I'm the top cockroach. Sukhi, who could be more happy than me? King of the cockroaches. So this is our position. We're thinking, I'm so great, I'm so wonderful. Let me enjoy life. Let me get some blessings from Baba, and I'll enjoy more. So you can enjoy it. Yamaraj is making all arrangements for you. You enjoy it. You can live with Baba for millions of years, having close association under the superintendence of Mahajan Yamaraja. So if you want, you get. You get what you want. But those who are intelligent, they don't want anything except Krishna. They're very serious to follow the process to get Krishna. They're not simply sentimentalists. Today we're chanting Hare Krishna and tomorrow we're chanting Sai Baba. It means we have to read these books. Read these books means you have Prabhupada beat on your head. Prabhupada is presenting everything very clearly. So we should read these books and understand. Don't be confused. And go out and distribute these books. By distributing these books, gradually people will come to understand what is the actual fact. I've personally seen in different preaching fields where I've been, how Prabhupada's books have, in the course of years, changed people's ways of thinking. Just like now in Bangladesh, it's getting difficult for these bogus family gurus. Because people they have to make a show of being saintly to keep their business going. But even that's getting difficult for them. So Prabhupada's books, they put the pressure on the demons. Especially, first of all, those who are cheating in the name of religion. Because Prabhupada exposes them all. So this is actually the most subversive thing we can do in human society, is to distribute these books. Prabhupada's books, they're exposing all different varieties of rascals. Here they're distributing life comes from life. This is very good to distribute this, because it destroys people's faith in the materialistic civilization. Reading this book, they can understand how we have been cheated by the so-called educationalists. So this is very good. We should break their blind faith and give them the real knowledge. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. So distribute these books, read these books. Don't be misled. Hare Krishna. Any question? Don't ask about Sai Baba.
Nemojte pitati o Sai Babi.
I really hate that guy.
Ja ga zaista mrzim tog tipa.
Prabhupada said in one conversation, he was talking about this so-called Ram Krishna. Prabhupada said, if I had been in power at the time, I would have killed him. So much damage he has done. People like what he says, that you are God and eat fish. Prabhupada said that because of him, the whole of Bengal has got a taste for eating flesh and becoming one with God, and in this way he has sent the whole of Bengal to hell. So much damage these demons are doing. Any question? No? Alright, so we'll finish that.